Misfit Mom Warriors, you know how you are very, very awesome, and you're very, very cool, and you're very, very loving and caring, and you got that beautiful heart, and you got the beautiful soul, and you found something that you know people need, that can help people, that can benefit some lives, maybe in the MLM world, perhaps, network marketing world, but you don't know how to get people to see it, you don't know how to get people to buy it. That is the question, and this show is going to be your answer. Particularly, it's called attraction-based marketing is the answer. I'm going to teach you all about it here. Without further ado, let's get to it. Good morning to you, my marvelous Misfit Mom Warrior. So appreciate you for all that you do. You understand that it's a struggle. You understand that you're going to have to fight through some crap to get to what you want. You understand that the path doesn't have to be as hard as you like it to be, but it's not as easy as you like it to be. It's not as hard as you think it is, but it's not as easy as you'd like it to be. You like that line? I think I just came up with that right there. I probably heard it from somewhere, but it sounds really good, doesn't it? And you appreciate that. And you understand that it's okay when it's not special, that it's a little hard. Because when you accomplish it, when you do it, when you have that first $5,000 month, $10,000 month, working when you want, when you have that first day where your kiddo is sick and you don't have to go to the office. You don't have to take on a job that doesn't serve you, that doesn't serve humanity, that doesn't serve those that you choose to serve, to benefit those you serve. You don't have to go a job that sucks your soul. You don't have to eat up a sick day because your kiddo is sick. And you said, you're like, I'm staying home today. Or maybe you're in the boat that you built your own thing. Just to have something that you can call your own business baby. Your own business baby. When you have that first, when you have something on the side that accomplishes something. When you have your first $100 day where you weren't there for any of that transactions. When you weren't there, where you weren't face to face with somebody, sell, buy me. Here's my link. Here's my promo video. Here's my sizzle video. And all of a sudden you just, you get a couple dings on your phone. Ding, ding. And there it was. Your sales. People bought. Now, if you're setting things up, like I show you how to set things up, sales aren't necessarily of your MLM product. I show you how to set something up where you build a business around your product. Your business, your company is the business. And you attract people to you talking about what it is. That's day 3 of your free ABM course. Go to freeabmcourse.com, and you're just going to give a little bit of head start when you get to day 3. It's important that you watch day 2, because then day 3. No, I'm sorry, day 2, where I actually talk about this. I don't understand why. I think I'm the first. I'm probably wrong in this front. I'm not very good at finding stuff. As a kiddo, my dad I'd be his gopher, and he'd be like, Eric, go for this. Eric, go for that. That was before when everybody called me, growing up, everybody called me Spiegel, but my dad would always call me by my first name, Eric. And nowadays, everybody that calls me Spiegel or Coach, and you obviously know what you're supposed to be calling me, Misfit Mom Warrior. You're supposed to be calling me your coach. And so you go, Eric, go for this, go for that. Eric, go for this, go for that. And I would have trouble finding it. I would search in the toolbox for the wrench, and Dad would explain it. It looks like this, and then it does this, and then it does this, and I wouldn't be able to find it, and Dad would be all mad, and kind of let me have it. And so I get all super nervous. And whenever I was tasked to go find something, so little bit of a long story there, but long story short is, moral of this story is I'm not very good at finding stuff. So there's probably other trainers out there, there's probably other coaches out there that are doing this. I pull it front and center. I'm like, whoa. You look through the whole list of, I kind of figured it out on accident, to be honest with you. I kind of built the business first. I built the company first, and then I'm like, oh, okay, here's what I'm going for. Here's my mission. I learned all about online business building and basically how to be an entrepreneur. I learned all about that just from feeding my own problem, scratch my own itch. And that's what I'm going to talk to you today about. I do apologize. Hold on, let me finish that thought, and then I'll get to what today's talk is going to be all about. My brave misfit momware. What happened was I kind of figured it out by accident, and then returned back to the ML world. I'm like, well, here's the mission that I'm on. Here's what I'm going for. Here's the cause that I'm doing. I would create a product on my own to help me out with this, but I don't want to. I don't want to go investigate in a lab, so I'm just going to partner, so quote unquote, partner up with a company that already got it figured all out. And here you go. And in the online space, they do call it affiliate marketing. In the multi-level marketing, they call it multi-level marketing, network marketing, where it's you get paid for signing other people up for the opportunity, which I hate. I hate. Because all you do is it's about a 1 out of 500 chance people that you and it's probably worth it. You can easily go through 500 people, especially the way I show you, to sign up and do good on the business opportunity front. 80% of people are just going to want $0 to $500 a month. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And you got about 15% that are ambitious enough. Go for it now. And I found you can't really coach this. Kind of like in sports, they're like you can't coach speed. You can't coach your the level of love that you have, Misfit Momware. You can't coach that. You can't here's the 10 steps to have love and care for your clients and for those people. You kind of got it or you don't. Same thing with that speed. It's just kind of way people are genetically wired. I was genetically wired to be a boy, to be a man when I grew up, when I was born into this world. I am genetically wired to have sandy blonde hair. I can change that, with dye and science and do all that. Shout out to Bruce Jenner and science, and he straight up changed his gender. No, that's possible. But again, it's what we've been given. Bodies that we've been given. Kind of think the same thing with our brain. What we've been given with our brain. So you can't quite coach that up. It's easier to... So I call those the 80%ers. I call that the... Shoot, what do I call it? Something in the chips. What's the poker chips color? I don't gamble at all. My version of gambling is this marketing stuff, and I like where you can rig the game in your favor. That's what marketing is, Misfit Momware. When you got the stuff figured out, when you follow the path that I got laid out for you, it's like building a slot machine where you put in $1, and out comes $3, $4, $5, sometimes $10, sometimes $20 in the form of clients and customers and leads and all that. We'll get to there. Wow, I am really tangent-y, rabbit trail-y today. I super apologize. I don't know what it is. I had a little car trouble this morning. I'm driving right now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to record to you a pretty epic podcast, pretty epic episode. I do apologize. I left it hanging a little bit. The last one where I talked about the origins of my MLM world, how I kind of started off huge failure, and then I had success, and then I went right back to huge failure, and then I had success and built up my own business, and now it's back to huge success because of building up my business around my product. Here's my business. Where can this MLM product fit in this? And then you approach people with your business, with you and your business. I walk you through all that. It's so cool. So I didn't talk to you. I kind of left you hanging a little bit. I probably had you wondering big time, and about when I brought up me, I should be in jail right now. I don't know if you knew this about me or not. I don't know if you listened all the way back to 000. I don't know how much you know about my past. I should probably be in prison right now. And if it wasn't for a straight up miracle, if it wasn't for straight up God's grace, if it wasn't straight up for just some amazing, amazing people that saw something in me, I don't know. The problem was, Misfit Mom Wire, is I'm going to have to go way back to the beginning. Even going back to me reading that first Think and Grow Rich and spark something in me, and me going back to why I am the way I am. I've felt different my whole life. I have felt apart from humanity. I've always felt like, okay, there's all the humans, now there's me. I kind of felt a little bit like Kramer from Seinfeld. Like Kramer was just kind of like, he used his own thing. He did his own thing. I was always like, I always tried to fit in. I never felt like I belonged anywhere. And now I understand why. And so I understand why I did what I did that led to me probably should be in jail right now. And I understand like my path going up to that. And my lesson, I'm here to ask for your forgiveness on a couple of fronts, Misfit Momware. I'm here to ask for your forgiveness for this message, my development, my evolution, me teaching you, coaching you, and up-leveling your life and getting you to where I expect you to be at, where to unlock your greatness that's in you. It should have happened years and years and years ago. All the way back to my very first MLM experience, to be honest with you. Me opening up that book, Think and Grow Rich. Me watching those videos, and where it was like, it unlocked the possibilities for me, where I was like, wait a second, I don't have to go to a job. Not bashing jobs at all, but wait a second, I can make my own money. I can do my own thing, and it sparked something in me that, to be honest with you, Mom, it did scare me. And that's where I chose the safe route. That's the quote-unquote safe route, where to get a good degree, college degree, and that I didn't know you could do one. You could do both at the same time. Like I thought it was like one or the other. I was hearing stories about I quit my job and then I pursued this and it was so cool and kind of like The Office with Michael Scott, where he quit his job and quit and then tried to start his own paper company and sort of successful. What a wonderful that little segment in The Office pretty much typifies the entrepreneurial journey right there. That if you watch that, you can pretty much get yourself a degree in how to be an entrepreneur. You see, like the tech college is releasing how to be an entrepreneur. Come get an entrepreneur degree. It's so erotic. It's like, wait a second. People go to be an entrepreneur to do their own thing. Like when I was growing up, it was preaching to me, you get a degree and then it looks good on the resume and then somebody will hire you and pay you lots of money. So it's like you got yourself an entrepreneur degree and you go to a business and you're like, say, I got a degree in entrepreneurialism, and the businesses hate entrepreneurs, just so you know. We're the renegades, we're the misfits, we're the crazy ones, we're the high diva ones, we're the ones that don't play by their rules. And so a business sees, oh, she's got a degree in entrepreneurialism. Yeah, I'm not hiring her. She's going to be trouble. It's just so funny. Oh, my gosh. This could be a pretty long episode, just so you know. Just buckle up. You're probably ready. You probably knew that already. You looked at how much time was spent before you clicked play on this little guy. So going back to all the way to age 20, I think I was like 21, somewhere in there when I read that book. So I'm begging for your forgiveness on that front. I was driving one time, and what happened is there's a tuft of fur up ahead when I was driving, and I could make the story way longer, but we got other stuff to go to. And there was a tuft of fur up ahead, and the closer I got, I slowed up, and the closer I got, I could see that it was a dog. And not just any dog, a cute corgi. And it kind of was on one side of the road, and then it kind of ran to the other side of the road. And as closer I got, I could see there was a deer carcass on the side of the road. And now there was two other dogs. One was in like the ditch, and the other one was there. And so me being the dog lover that I am, I'm like, wait, these are corgis. and I knew a little bit about dogs, that corgis aren't like wild, feral animals. Corgis are straight up pets. And I'm like, they belong to somebody. And not a foregone conclusion, because typically dogs belong to somebody. And so I pull over to the side of the road, and I'm like, I got to go grab these dogs, otherwise they're going to get hit on the side of the road. They're going to get hit. I've lived through that, Misfit Mom Wear. I've had dogs. I have accidentally hit dogs. I'll tell you the horror stories there. Just kidding. I accidentally hit dogs when I was driving. I've been in that recipient where my dogs got hit, and my parents' dog, who was a family dog, just got hit a couple weeks ago as well. And so anything I can do, it's in my power to do to control that situation from not happening, I'm flipping doing it. So I pull over the side of the road, and I'm like, oh, come here, doggy, come here, good doggy. And there's a corgi, and this corgi, like, the first dog ran right up to me. It was the male. Kind of ran up to me like, hey, human, what's going on? The wheel's tagging, he's panting like that. He's got, like, blood dripping from him. Like, you can tell he's digging in that carcass pretty good. And I suspected it was a farm up ahead, because there's a good-looking farm up ahead. So I suspected there was a nice little farm right up ahead. So I grabbed the dog and put him in the van, and then shut the door. And there was the other one there. So I go walking up to the dog, and I kind of put my beautiful, unbelievable, beautiful wifey. She's a huge dog lover, and she actually works the dogs pretty much that's her entire existence, working with dogs. She's amazing. She showed me, like, when you want to get them to come and you don't have a treat, you just kind of like pretend like you got a treat. Like, you just kind of put you put your arm behind you and you treat. You want a treat? And then they're like, at least it stops them for a second, and they're like, oh, she probably does have a treat, but maybe she doesn't, but she probably does. This is what's going on in the dog's mind. But she probably does, so I'm not going to take the chance that she doesn't. So I'm going to stop running away, and I'm going to approach this human. I'm going to let this human see if I'm going to call this human's bluff. So I'm going to see if she's even got a treat. And the dog figures out that you don't have a treat, you got a chance to gather up the dog. So that's what I did. And this other dog, as the closer I got to this other corgi, this is the female one. I found out later it was the female one. She rolls over on her back, and she puts her belly up. Have you seen other dogs do this, Mom Wear? Do you know what this represents? Do you understand what this is all about? This when a dog does that, they know that they've done wrong. They know that they did something that they probably shouldn't have, and they roll over to show vulnerability. They roll over to show that they're not a threat, that they're not going to fight you, that they're going to ask for your mercy, ask for your forgiveness. And so what this corgi did is just rolled over, and I think it's so adorable. I'm a complete stranger, and this corgi is like, help me. I know I'm in the wrong. I know I'm not supposed to be here. I know I did wrong by running away and following I think it was like her brother or something like that. Turns out the brother was the one that wanted the deer carcass. But she rolled over, and I picked her up just fine. But she shows her belly. She shows the weakness of her. She shows her underbelly. And it wants you to know that she's not a threat, that she's not going to fight you, that she's going to ask for your forgiveness. And that is what I'm doing for you right here, right now, today, Misfit Mom Wear. I am rolling over. I'm showing my bare belly, and you don't have to rub it that's fine. I'll be fine if you don't rub it. But I'm asking for your forgiveness. I'm asking for your mercy. I've done much wrong, and I'm begging for your forgiveness. That's about it. On that front, and on the front of this message should have got to you sooner, and more importantly, the big time lesson, my story is a story of to not let fear run your life. If you're not aware of it, if you're not understanding what's going on within you, Misfit Mom Wear, is that fear will run your life, and they're not steering your life in a direction that helps you or serves you very much. They're ruining your life. Fear is driving this bus, And it's taking this thing straight over a cliff. Because Misfit Mom Wear, like it or not, you are special. You are beyond special. And if you don't heed my lesson today, if you don't heed my warning, heed is H-E-E-D, H-E-E-D, the same might happen for you. So please learn from my mistake. I apologize for you for this message not getting to you sooner. Okay, let me take a quick little break. I got to take a swig of coffee. After these messages, we'll be right back. Mom Warrior! If you got the sound turned up, you might want to turn it down just a little bit here at this moment. I'm about to get a little fired up. I'm about to get a little livid. I'm about to tell you a very bad horror story that I went through, and I'm going to get a little passionate talking about it because they went about it so wrong. It was one of my very first network marketing experience in my upline. The guy was coaching me. Not a bad guy until the moment where he said, give me a list of your friends and family. Everybody you want to introduce this business opportunity to. Did he try to qualify anybody? Did he care if they're even into business? Did he care if they're happy? Nope. They were connections of mine, friends and family of mine. So he's like, give me their names. So I'm like, I'm not too comfortable with that, dude. I don't think. Give me their names or you're fired. I'm not teaching you one more thing. And so I ponied up. I did it. And it felt so horrible. I felt so awkward. I felt so uncomfortable. There I am three-waying with my friends and family. And to this day, I have friends that distance themselves from me, that still hold that against me. That has ruined that little exchange there, ruined my relationship. It's a concept that's called pitch raping. It's the worst thing you could ever do. Tell me, is it fun to get raped? No! So why would somebody in their upline teach somebody else to get pitch raped? Those are my friends and family that didn't ask for that pitch. They felt punished because they were my friend and they were my family member. How horrible! Especially when there's a much better way. So much better way. 5,000 times better ways. It's called attraction-based marketing. Tell me, have you ever went and bought something, you saw an ad on the television, or you saw an ad on the radio, or you heard somebody talking about a movie that they watched, and you went ahead and you watched it? Or you saw an ad for a cool purse, or saw an ad for a restaurant, some specials on drinks or something like that night, and you're like, you know what? Ladies' night out. You know what? I think we're going to go to that bar. Did that person did you have to have one of their clients, one of their customers, one of their patrons call you up and three-way you on the phone with the owner, with the executive, with the CEO guy to have you do that? No! So why are they teaching that? Oh my gosh! Enough! It's attraction-based marketing. It's called ABM. I show you the essentials there. I show you how to do that. So you got people coming to you. People are coming to you, Mom Warrior. You don't got to do anything. You're the hot chick at the bar. You got guys coming to you to give you, hey, baby, you want to buy a drink? Can I buy you a drink? How much funner is that than, hey, guy, I'm somebody that's here that needs to da-da-da-da, and you should give me your number. No more of that. So go to freeabmcourse.com, and I'll show you all the essentials of that. Get people and customers and sign-ups and recruits coming to you so that you don't have to bug your friends and family. You just pretend you can do that if you want, but no, you don't have to. See you there. Let's get back to the show. And we are back. So let's start way back to the beginning. I read an amazing book on the Entrepreneur Personality Type by Alex Sheffron. And we're going to go even back to the story, before the story me. We're going to go back to the story of, why do I feel so different? And you've been asking that. You're like, why can't I be happy and satisfied and fulfilled just going to a 9-to-5, just being a homemaker, just raising up those kids? Why do I feel compelled? You go hang out with all your other fellow girlfriends, all your fellow homemakers and moms, and they don't have the ambitions that you do. They don't strive to go to a career that they love, that they know, like, not I'll talk about entrepreneurs all the time, and we'll kind of like not so much bash jobs, but not speak highly of them. And there's nothing wrong at all with jobs. You find a career, a job that you love, a company that you love, that you know is on the same mission that you are, and you can be like a part of their team to go after what they're going after. Oh, go for it, mom. But most moms in your boat don't think like you do. They're just fine being a homemaker. And they're just fine talking about babies all day, talking about recipes and cookbooks and laundry and they're just fine. And that's what lights them up. They're just fine doing all that. And then there's you. And you just don't feel like you belong. And I'm going to explain this to you. It's actually nothing wrong with you. You've probably been told you got like ADD, you got ADD, ADHD. What's wrong with you? Why can't you focus? We have struggled, us misfits, we have struggled mightily in the school system. Some of us can do just fine. Like for me, I was a late bloomer. I got straight A's, high school, college, and then actually didn't. But I always felt that. I just kind of like was able to kind of overpower that. And part of it, too, was I just got super lucky. Talk about myself. Back to the story at hand. So it goes, it's entrepreneur personality type. It's actually nothing wrong with you at all. It's actually what is right with you. It's just that you are born into a world that doesn't know what to do with you. You have to take care of you. Your destiny, your fate is not left up to anybody else. So this is a book, Entrepreneur Personality Type, Alex Sheffron. You can go get it free. I think if you just Google Entrepreneur Personality Type, it's a free ebook. And the idea is he wants to get this as many hands as possible. And here's a guy, he felt different his whole life. Books were his friends growing up. He kind of felt like an outcast. And he went to school and he ended up reading by the time he was like 20. He ended up reading like a couple thousand books. And eventually he graduated to the books of the millionaires and the businesses. He was drawn to that. He started reading about the Thomas Edisons. He started reading about the what's this face? Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs. He started reading the Benjamin Franklins, the presidents, and they are all. He started seeing commonalities amongst them all, and he started seeing that Bill Gates, and started seeing that they were all special, and that they all had ADD, that they all had dyslexia. He started seeing like what's going on here, and he researched, come to find out, he's evolutionary psychology. What's going on is back in the day, he started identifying what he called the entrepreneur personality type, and it's a straight up personality type. And what would happen back in the day, the caveman Dave and cavewoman days, is we had a tribe of about 300 people. I don't know if you knew that or not. That's where we stem from. And that's all our brains can about handle. Anything more than that, and our brains start, I can't handle it, overwhelming, A wonderful book on that front is Sapiens by Sebastian something. Highly recommend that book. Go check it out. Back to Alex Sheffron's Entrepreneur Personality Type. Sorry, that was... I'm en route right now driving, and then I went by a car that had their brights on, so I was kind of like squinting like, ooh. Sorry, a little bit for the pause there. So he come to find out that there is, back in the cavewoman days, there's a tribe, and there was a select few. There was probably like under about 5 people of this 300. So this is like 1 out of 100 people were of this. They had this gift. They had this superpower. They were different than everybody else. And their job was tasked with to go out into the community. It's kind of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like she was just like a regular high schooler girl, and all of a sudden like this thing found her out, and it like this powers found her out, and she got empowered with this strength and agility and fighting. Well, the fighting ability she had to train out, and then her task was to go kill vampires with this gift. And it was her power and her special, and she was the only vampire slayer. She was the only one. She was the special one. That's kind of what's going on with you, Misfit Momware. That's why in our programs, one of the ranks you can up level to is Buffy. That's one of the ranks that you go up to. It's really cool. And so this is like a gift, like one out of like a couple hundred. I don't know what the stats were, but it was like really rare. It was like just like a couple people out of this tribe had this gift, and their gift was a superpower, and their gift was they were okay being out on their own because their job was to go out. Their mission was to go out into the big black darkness and go find some food, go find some resources, go find new areas to settle, bring back the information, bring back the food, bring back the water, bring back the route, the journey. And so they are equipped with the superpower. And their superpower was beyond anybody else in that tribe. And it was a straight up like genetic thing that they had, this superpower. And to this day now it's called entrepreneur personality type. And they had to go out into the woods and go find it. And they had to be okay being alone. They had to be okay being out on their own because they were out on their own for days and weeks and months at a time to come back. And they had to be okay with their own thoughts. But their mind was always on the mission. Their mind was always on the cause. And they had this ADD, which is like they could pick out things in the environment, like clues in the environment. They had to be very good at picking up opportunities. Like, ooh, I think this might work over here. They had to be very free thinkers, very like thinking for themselves, make their own decisions. Because they couldn't rely on the tribe for the decisions. They couldn't rely on the elders because they're out in the wilderness all on their own, and they had to figure things out on their own. They're very good problem solvers. They are very good at picking out pains and problems and being aware of stuff in the environment. It was a straight-up superpower that they had. And the tribe knew it. And they had like tests in place to figure out what the superpower was, to figure out who in their tribe had this superpower, this EPT. EPT! Nowadays we call it the entrepreneur personality type. And they were like, oh, okay, so you are the entrepreneur personality type. They had names for these superpowers. They called them hunters. Oh, you're the hunter. You're the one that's going out in the tribe. And they'll come back with information. They would come back and they would rescue the tribe. They would be like really low on water. They'd be really low on food and everything like that. And they were like, okay, hunter, your job. Go get it. And they'd be like, all right. So they genetically kind of like where we breed dogs nowadays. We breed them into like we have a purebred Cavalier King Charles, and so this was kind of like the hunters would pass on the hunter gene to other hunters, and it was so cool. And so we survived as a human species that way. The tribe was like low on water, but they had to stay part of the group. Like a regular person, an average person, a normal person, an ordinary person would get sent out in the wilderness, and they would freak out. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared right now. What do I do? Oh my gosh, somebody please tell me what to do. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Ah, what do I do? Ah! And they would like wig out and die. Meanwhile, the hunters were survivals. And this is why the hunters would have tests, so they got bred in them. Anyways, got passed on generation, got passed on. And eventually we started evolutionary. We started founding civilizations. And this hunter gene, this EPT, entrepreneur personality type, became less and less necessary. As we started standardizing stuff, as we started one thing for everybody, one school, like you know how we just kind of got tossed into a school system that you can kind of tell who this personality type is, who's got this hunter gene. You're probably wondering this yourself, Misfit Momware. When you're going into the school system, you would learn something, and you'd kind of always question, like, why do I need to learn this? And then they probably toss something at you. You know, you learn it, and then it's to build up your brain, it's to build up your memory, so that way you can go off and learn other stuff that really serves you. But still, you're like, yeah, but I don't need this right now. Why do I need to know this? You know, if you've ever wondered that, you're in the right spot. Like, you're a Misfit Momware. And all of the people that have this gene, this hunter gene, so like it or not, it got passed down to you. So if we trace the history of you going all the way back, chances are you got a really long-lost ancestor in the caveman days that has this hunter gene, and it got passed down onto you. In my family, I'm surrounded by, like, my dad was an entrepreneur. My dad's, we'll tell you his story some other time. My mom definitely had it. My mom is like, she's a living example of what a misfit mom warrior is. She's an amazing, amazing soul. And my sister's got it. My younger sister's got it. My brother does not. No offense to him. He could have it if he wanted to, but for whatever reason, he just doesn't have the gene. If you don't have the gene, you can't, like, make somebody have the gene. You can't make somebody want it. It's easier to go find people that have this gene than it is to try to turn somebody that doesn't have it. It's like trying to get a dog how to purr. It's like, come on, dog. It's like teaching a dog how to like talk like a human. Like, tell me what's on your mind, Sophie. What do you want? Just use your words. The dog's like staring at you with their eyes. We got another dog, Rez. He's a Chihuahua, and he's got a poop. He's got this look. He kind of like scratches his head forward. And he'll just stare at you. He's like, come on, read my thoughts. I got to poop really bad. Let me outside. I got to poop. It's so cute. Sorry, didn't mean to get off subject, but I get to talk about dogs and animals. I can't help it. So anyways, yeah, I got this. And you got it too, Misfit Mom. And if you're not aware of it, what's going on with you, it'll destroy you. It flat up will. Because we will be going down the path. So this guy, this Alex Sheffron guy, the guy that kind of figured all this out, this entrepreneur personality type, it really hit him the day that he was a huge super success. He just got lucky. He's heading down the path. What ends up happening with us with this personality type is we end up heading down the path of wrong. Because we're free thinkers. We're independent thinkers. We buck authority. And we kind of buck authority a little bit too much. We got to do it our own way. And so we and then so we get typecasted, we get labeled, and then we get like ADD. Oh, you got ADD. Let's medicate that out. It's actually not what's wrong with you or your children, Mom Ware. It's what's right. Like, you got to learn how to recognize this gift. This is a beautiful, beautiful gift. It's like Buffy the Vampire Slayer getting told, yeah, you got a gift to go slay vampires. And just like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is you've been given this gift for a reason. You've been given this gift. Call it God, call it the universe, call it just random luck. I don't know. But I believe you've been given this gift as it's been given to you above anybody else. And it's been given to you with a reason. And your reason is, do you notice, do you see how, did you pick up on that too? It's kind of weird how everybody that is like super rich, they're in their 40s and 50s, they're like super rich. Let's take Ray Kroc, for example. He was super billionaire. I think he is in the B's, wasn't he? A billionaire? Super billionaire. Rich. And then towards the end of his life, he starts trying to give it all away. Look at what Bill Gates has done. Like, he's rich. He's done it a little bit here and there, but now it's like really like trying to give away. Same thing with Apple. They always end up trying to contribute. If you know Tony Robbins' 6 needs, the last 2 are always growth and contribute. Like, we have to contribute. And that goes back to our hunter days and the tribe days where we felt a need in us. We felt the calling in us. We felt a purpose in us to come back and help out the group. Do you find it weird that it feels so good to help people? Like, other people give, like, well, first of all, most people don't even give. They're super selfish and they don't even understand it. But for some reason, for us entrepreneur personality types, when we give, it just feels really, really good. I don't know if you know him at Al Ray Higdon, but he'll talk about it all the time. He's probably the best trainer, coach of us in our MLM world. And I'll straight up be honest with you. If you got a choice between him or me, you go ahead and listen to him. If you only have like an hour of the day to listen to a podcast and it's either mine or him, I would rather you listen to him, to be honest with you. I would rather you put it on double speed, 2x, and then you listen to both of ours. But you get where I'm talking about that. He's just amazing beyond amazing. But he talks about, he gives for selfish reasons. He goes, because it feels awesome. And he trains us to do the same. He coaches us to do the same. We go give because it's awesome. It feels great. And so that's why it feels great for us that have this entrepreneur personality type. Us, Tony Robbins 6 Needs, we're very strong in growth and contribution. Just go research or YouTube or something, Tony Robbins 6 Needs. I won't spend your time going over it here today. This is already going a little bit long. And I'm still even hanging about how I got arrested. I'm sorry. So let me finish up this entrepreneur personality type, and then I'll get to the story about where I got arrested. So I didn't understand that I had this in me, and I was letting fear ruin my whole life. And so I didn't understand that I'm supposed to contribute. And in going down that road, going on this mission that we're tasked with by God, by the universe, whatever it is, we are given tests, and usually our test is straight up fears, like stuff in the way to kind of figure out how bad that we want this, how bad that we want to contribute. And part of those fears are there because of society, because of our parents, because of bad experiences. Sometimes it's just our own subconscious that takes over and to protect us. We don't like feeling it. Sometimes it's our survival mechanism. It's wherever we felt threatened, our fear kicks in to protect us. So that could be rooted in evolutionary psychology. I like it. I see it as way more of a test because it's just when you see things like it's like a test that was given to us by our Lord, by our God, by the universe, whatever you want to call it. And I look at it as this world right in, like the world, the universe, the looking around you right now, misfit. If you're driving, if you're walking, if you're at the gym, the reality you are in right now, what is all of this? What's the point of all of this? And I've read tons and hundreds of books. I think I'm closing in on thousands by now. The Bible is obviously in there. The way it's kind of set up is, I don't know if you follow the Mormon philosophy at all, but they kind of look at this world we are in right now almost like this is the test. This is the battlegrounds. There's something more for us beyond this. Call it heaven, call it reincarnation, going to a higher place, all that. I don't know. But this is all a test to figure out like what we're going to do with what we got right now, the fears that we're going to face, the battles that we're going to have to do, the trials and tribulations and obligations and all of that. What's it all for? And I do believe that us entrepreneurs, us the ones with this hunter gene, there's something more expected of us beyond this. This is almost like God's like sifting and sorting thing. Like you just going back to a business lesson, I only want you to talk to and market to your hot prospects, those people that you most have bring you joy to serve. And you just take care of those, the people that add energy into your world and energy to your business, people that are joy to serve that you know you can get results with. And I teach you how to sift and sort, how to like get the crappy customers away, basically fire your shitty customers. Sorry to swear, but I'm not even angry, so I don't know why that slipped out. I apologize. But I wonder if this is God's sifting and sorting method. And the one big test for us, like for instance, for you to get closer to me, to you to get into my world, I have straight up quizzes and applications and long freaking videos for you to get through. Because I know somebody that's going to sit through a long video or watch like 5 videos in a row. I know that says something about that person that ends up on that last, that stays to the end, that discovers it. And now they're worth more of my time and my energy. Because I'm not going to waste my time on the people that I know aren't going to take action and do what needs to be done to contribute to the world and benefit the world. So anyways, I didn't understand my powers. And so I felt not right, felt miserable from day one of jobs. Day one, dating all the way back to the McDonald's days. Like, I understood why, as soon as I was given like responsibility and I was able to call my own shots, I've always wanted to call my own shots. And because of that, I've always bucked authority. And so it started not so much getting troubles in McDonald's. I was just super frustrated at McDonald's. I'm not going to go over my whole work history here with you. Where I started to feel some fulfillment, where I started to feel some joy and pleasure was when I was personal training. Because there I was able to call my own shots. But then I let my fear run my life. I was scared of asking for the sale, Mom Warrior. I had a fear of rejection my whole life. I don't know where it comes from. I was now super shy on top of it all, and I had every money block as possible. So whenever I went into a selling situation, like quote-unquote presentation or prospect or whatever led up to that, super, super scared. I was so horrible at selling. And so I kind of had to build my personal training business and career in a gym around my fear. I'm like, well, it was always that was my butterface. I don't know if you know anything about butterface. Like, she's super hot body, nice, you know what, but on her face, not so much. And so my butterface was I was an amazing personal trainer. And have I talked to you how I ended up in the personal trainer? Yeah, I talked to you about that. That was on the last one, obviously. Can I wet the whistle a little bit? I'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you, Mom Warrior. Thank you for hanging on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. It's my really bad Southern accent. And even when I was at the gym, I was bucking authority. I'm like, this is how I want to do it. It was always like I got talked to on a weekly basis, like, oh, there's Spiegel doing his own thing again. I'm like, this is how people are going to need help. I'm not going to, if I want to help people how I want to help, I'm not going to ask for your permission to do it. And they're like, ugh, you're trouble. You're a diva. Ugh. So I was basically got paid miserableness by my superiors at the gyms because they wanted to phase me out because I didn't abide by their rules. And my goal from day one is help my clients, help my people. And if I got to go against your way to benefit my people, to help my people, I'm going to do it. And the stories I could tell you there on that front. Well, what ended up happening was it was always a good thing I was doing, and I had a boss, an owner of the club that first the club was like I got wrapped up in their mission. Their mission was to help and heal and help the little person. They were like the commoner. Like we started off with, ooh, there's a cop. Going by a cop and totally not speeding. I'm okay. Sorry, that was a sheriff. So when I first became a personal trainer, there was 2 gyms I could basically choose from. This is before the CrossFit days. This is going on 8 years ago now. 2000, we're in 7. Yep, 8 years ago. Was before CrossFit became a thing. With all these amazing box gyms and yoga studios became a thing. Boutique studios became a thing. It was like the big box gym, and that was it. And there was 2 to choose from, and one like catered to the bodybuilders and the meatheads and the chicks that were attracted to meatheads. And there's the other one was for the family. They had like a daycare center, and they like, come on in, we don't care what you look like, and da-da-da-da-da. So I chose that one. And I don't know if the gym is cool with me sharing that, but anyways, I chose that one to become a personal trainer of, and come to find out, it wasn't so much a lot. It was definitely for that, but a couple years into it, the owner ended up cheating on his wife, and she was the co-owner of it as well, and she's an amazing person there. One of the more amazing people I've ever met. And she's fascinating. She's got the entrepreneur personality. She's got the hunter. She's got all about helping out her fellow woman, helping out her fellow mom. And it's so fascinating. Anyways, the owner, he was straight entrepreneur as well. But he, kind of what happens, he cheated on her. I guess it's pretty common amongst higher upper guys, CEOs. I don't know what it does. If you read Think and Grow Rich, you'll understand why. Makes sense there. So he cheated on her, and I could no longer stay at that place knowing that. And he didn't just cheat on her with anybody. He cheated on her with a personal trainer that was on the team. And so I'm like, how can we stand for good? How can we be a good beacon for good and benefit our community and be all about helping, caring, and creating killing fat left and right and trying to help out the health of our community, when our owner did this wrong thing and he's like, it's not no big thing. No offense to him, he's an amazing guy. I just don't agree with that decision there. And then what was worst part of Misfit Momware was the trainer was still a trainer. They still let her be on the team, and he still like coached her, and they walked around like nothing's happened. And it was just the whole place felt icky to me, felt wrong. Like, I don't like being here. I can't do a good thing and pretend like it's in an unethical environment like that. And then a lot of the superiors were doing things that were very unethical, like screwing their members over left and right, and like forgetting to cancel their membership and bill them for another couple months, and like over promising, under delivering. It's just wrong. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And then when things started, when the very first time I got bucked by authority, I got sitting down and said, you can't do it this way. You got to do it our way or else. Like, I knew I needed to be out on my own. I knew I needed to go and branch out off on my own. I knew I needed to call my own shots. I just knew it. I could feel that calling in me. I could feel that what I don't talk to God on a one-to-one basis, but I can I listen, and I'm I knew what I had to do, but I was scared, super scared. I had fear of rejection my whole life. I was scared of asking for the sale, and so as a result, I was kind of suffering in the personal training world, and I was letting fear. The thing about fear, Misfit Momware, is it's like a good wolf. I don't know if you know the story about the good wolf or the bad wolf, but long story short, the good wolf is like love and bravery and courage. You have a good wolf inside of you and you have a bad wolf inside of you. And just go Google the story, good wolf versus bad wolf. And you also have a bad wolf inside of you. And bad wolf represents guilt, shame, stealing, thievery, fear. And you have one or the other inside of you. And you have like a piece of steak, and you can only feed your piece of steak to one of them. You can't split in half and, hey, you're bad wolf, you have this half, and you have this half. It's only one piece of steak for one wolf. And one of them, this battle's going on inside of us. This good wolf is fighting this bad wolf, and then they're like just duking it out. Rah, 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 rah. And you can only feed your piece of steak to one of them. And I was feeding my bad wolf. And the thing is, when you feed your bad wolf, that's the one that gets stronger. If you feed your good wolf, that's the one that gets stronger. And I was letting fear run every single day. I would have like a couple openings in my class, my exercise class, and I'd be seeing this innocent-looking girl that I know I can help on the treadmill. And I'm like, gosh, she's wasting her time there. I should just bring her into my class. But I was like, I'm going to approach her. I'm going to come across as pushy and salesy, and I'm going to get rejected. She's going to tell me no, and I'm going to hate my life, and I'm going to hate myself, and like all this fear just like, ugh. And here's the worst part about I was the worst type of coward, Momware. The thing is, like, when you're part of a team, when you have a coach, and your coach tells you to do something, and you let fear, like, oh, I can't do that because of this, I can't do that because of that. When you're making up excuses, but really it's fear that's running your life, that's ruining your life. And your coach will know it, and he'll call it out. I'll call it out for you when I see it in you, Momware. That's the best thing about having a coach. Or you have parents, or you have like somebody that sees it. When you're fear, everybody else sees it. The worst type of fear is when you're the only one that knows it. It's what's going on in between those beautiful ears of yours. When you're the only one that knows it. And I was the worst type of coward because I put on this big old facade at the gym. I kind of walked around this big old inside I felt the imposter syndrome. I felt like I'm a big fraud. They're going to discover me any day now. They're going to see me that I am deathly scared, that I am the worst type of coward. So I'm going to pretend like everything's okay. I'm going to pretend like this fear isn't running my life. I'm going to pretend like I'm not scared of asking for the sale, but in reality, I'm petrified. When I knew I had to go into a selling situation, I would not be able to sleep the night before. When I knew I had to make a phone call, I was deathly scared of phones. I could not, for the life of me, call up the phone, and it ended up ruining my life. And so I'm walking around, and I see that nice girl walking on the treadmill, and I know she could get a better result in my class. I know I can help her out better. And problem two is I didn't have any belief in myself. I don't know how I was a success at all as a personal trainer. I had everything working against me, but I knew I had to approach her. I knew I could ask her, but I was like, I'm not going to. I let fear run my life. And so I just walked right on by and took care of the people that were basically forced to be in my class, or somebody else sold, or somebody else won the package, sold the package, and then passed them off to me, and all of that. I was a fabulous personal trainer. I was awful, god awful at sales and selling and business and marketing. I didn't even know what marketing was. And so my business suffered, my career suffered, and add to that the ethical issues that the gym was going through, and so I ran away for a little bit, and a couple of twists and turns, and ended up leaving that club, went to a different club. I was the classic, oh, it's just the club, I'm going to switch the clubs over, and really is what was going on inside me. So I went to that club, and there the fear got really, really bad, and what lesser people do, Misfit Mom Wear, and where you're better than just about everybody else, I would say, go ahead and say everybody else, is everybody else blames the boss, blames their job, blames the career, blames the club, blames the community, blames their parents, blames their sisters, blames society, blames their priest, blames God, or whatever it is. And I had enough personal development in me. That's where I got super lucky, was those two owners I was telling you about at that club there. They, besides their own ethical issues, they're both fabulous teachers of this personal development stuff. One of the guy that was cheating on his wife there, he was a huge Tony Robbins fan. And so he was always like passing Tony Robbins stuff on us. So I'm extremely thankful for him for that. So you got to look for the good in everything, Mr. Monwear. That's all you got to do. Like, you got to understand we all got our own issues. And we just discovered what his was. And I discovered what mine was. My own tests, my own trials, my own tribulations. Discovered straight hand what that one was. So I went to a different gym, and then, again, the fear was running my life there. Oh, maybe it was just the gym. Maybe it was just the managers. None of that at all. It was totally on me. Totally on me. And so I ended up running away for a little bit from the personal training world. Just started suffering with bills. Started suffering for money as I became more and more suckage at selling and marketing and building up a business. And I just wanted to train people, and I was even starting to suffer at that, because now I was letting my bad wolf win, so the fear was getting more and more stronger every single day. So now it permeated, kind of like you take a drop of oil and you bloop into a thing of water. It kind of spreads. That's what was happening when you let the fear win. It spreads into every aspect of your life. And I was no longer showing up as by this time I had when I did what I was not supposed to do, when I broke the law and stole, I was already a boyfriend. And so it started showing up in my relationships. It started showing up in how I was showing up in life. And so I ended up taking a job on the side that I just wanted to be normal for a little bit. I just wanted things to be easy. I didn't want to face that fear. Like every day I stepped into the gym, I was like fear. And it was fear of people are going to see me for who I really am. They're going to see me for the fraud that I think that I am. They're going to see me. And I no longer felt like I could even do any good in people's lives. I was losing my belief. I was losing my belief in myself. I was losing my mojo. Austin Powers. Mojo! Where's my mojo? And so I just kind of and I knew from day one of being a regular employee at this dumb gas station job, I just wanted it easy for a little bit. I wanted to not feel that fear. And my dad set me aside about a couple of years ago. I'll tell you that story. But he had a conversation with me that was very difficult for him to do, but it was the best thing that he's ever done. So I knew from day one. So here I'm at the gas station. I'll tell you, the day that I knew I was different was, and I wanted to kind of be normal for a little bit. I want to have a quote-unquote normal job and have safety and security for a little bit. And because I felt different my whole entire life. And I'll tell you about the day that I felt different. I don't know if I told you this story at all. I was a little kid. I was like maybe 4 or 5. It's probably one of my earliest memories. And I was at a family get-together, a family reunion at my grandparents' house, and they lived on a farm. And they had this watering tank for their cows. And they had farm cats running around. And there was I hear some laughing, some like whatnot, some joy being had that I wasn't partaking in. So I'm like, I got to go get me some of that joy. I was like a little 3 or 4. Look what's going on over there. I hear some laughter. And I go walk over the other side of the barn, and there's the watering tank. There's my cousins and my uncles that are around it. And they're tossing a little barn kitty into this water. And then she goes ploosh in the middle, and she's got this terror look on her face as she swims to the edge of it. And they're all laughing. It's so much fun. Ha ha, look at that kitty struggle. And I was like mortified. I was like, what's wrong with you guys? This kitty is in pain. You are taking joy in this kitty's suffering. This kitty hates the water. I knew that enough about cats. I'm like, this is flipping ridiculous. This is awful. Like, ran over. I like pushed one of my cousins aside. I grabbed the kitty and I scooped her up and I ran home to the house. And I like, this. How awful, you guys. What is wrong with you guys? This is not right. Kind of like when I was in college, I took like a women's awareness class or course. And one of the sections was on like raping and how women are not supposed to get raped, you know, obviously. And they had this one video, this one movie, like this one clip of the show. I don't remember what it was, but my class showed it to me. And it was a bar, and this guy's like hitting on this, like she's like the lone hot chick at the bar. She's like one hot chick in a room full of bars, and I'm so sorry for you, Miss Mom Ware. I'm so sorry, like if you've been there, like where you felt concern for your safety when you walked into an environment and you're like, I don't know if I'm safe here. I'm so sorry for that. I'm so sorry for men that have this in them that does this. I don't know. And so this video here, this guy is hitting on this hot chick, and she's like, and then they're kind of back and forth, and he's like, she starts resisting him, starts resisting his advances, and he's like, no, you said this was okay, you said this was cool, and he starts raping her like right there, and throws her up against the pinball machine, and starts raping her right there, and everybody in the bar there. This is a movie. I don't remember what movie it's from. I do apologize, but every guy in that bar was when I saw this scene, this movie in this class, it just like brought up this memory of this happening at the cat. I'm not saying it's anything like what was suffering going on, but this is the memory that it just conjured up within me. And there was the in the bar there, everybody in the guys at the bar are like, yeah, woohoo, yeah, you get her, and they're like high-fiving each other and like, yeah, it's my turn next, yeah. And there was like a group of like 30 guys. There was like one guy in that bar in this movie here, in the scene of the movie, that was like, guys, this is not okay. Knock this off. This is not cool. Not cool, guys. Not cool. And he gets beat up by the other guys. Like he gets punched around and he gets beat up, and he starts trying to fight back, and he gets like beat within an inch of his life as well. It's just like, oh my gosh. So anyways, I'm a little kid, and when I saw that scene in that movie, it reminded me of this when I was a little kid, and I go running up and I grab the kitty. I'm like, how can you guys, this is not okay. And I go run up the kitty, and I save the kitty that was getting tossed into it, and the guys, my uncles and my cousins are like, yeah, woohoo, yeah, laughing it up, and I was just horrified, mortified. I just lost so much respect for my cousins and myself. I'm like, how can you do this to this defenseless kitty? What's wrong with you? And so I scooped the kitty and I ran to the house, and Grandma was like, what's happening? And I was like kind of covering for my cousins. I was like, yeah, he was, he fell in the bulk tank, or no, not the bulk tank, the watering tank. And from that moment, I think it was like 4 or 5, I was like, wait a second, all those guys there, all my cousins, all my uncles, I was the only one that did that felt that? Like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not normal? And so that was kind of the question going on in my mind my entire life, Mom Ware, was, what is wrong with me? Why do I have to be so different? Why can't I just be okay with everything that everybody else is okay with? Why can't I just be okay with a regular job? Why can't I just be okay not bucking authority? Like, why do I have to think like the things that I think? Why do I have to why can't I just belong? Where do I belong? And so from day one of that dumb gas station job, I was miserable from day one, but I went into it like I just need to make some money. I'm a little desperate right now. Got bills to pay, and I'm sucking at the personal training route. I'm sucking at the business side and selling side of the personal training route. I need to start making some money. And so I let the fear win, and I let the fear win big time. And so fear took over. I let the fear, I let the complacency, and this is my big lesson to you. when you're feeling that fear, mom warrior, it's not just whatever is in the moment. Like, you got to make that sale, or you got to do whatever it is you got to do when you're feeling that fear. You got to talk to those people. You got to talk to that prospect. You got to send that email. You got to make that phone call. You got to follow up with that email that just came in. You got to do whatever it is that's necessary in your life to do when you feel like your product, when your service benefits somebody. Wherever fear is rearing its ugly bleeping head, you got to understand there's more at stake here than just what the sale in the moment, or just the speech that you got to do, or just the text message. You are in a fight for this is the secret now, Misfit Mom Warrior. This is the secret. This is why we're called the Misfit Mom Warriors. Because we are actually in a fight for our own very soul. And it's not just your own very soul, not just your own integrity. Because when you let the fear win, that's the bad wolf inside you. That's going to get stronger and stronger. Because what's on you, what's in you, is to contribute to the world, contribute to society, to help. And like it or not, we are in a very rough time right now with us human species. We're in a very sticky situation. Okay, I got to pause right there. It's going to feel like 2 seconds for you, but I got to run for the moment. You'll be hearing from me in about 2 seconds. But for me, it's going to be a couple of hours, so I'll be right back. Hey, Mom! So do you believe in your product or service? Do you think it really helps people? And are you looking for direction as far as where to go to get your product into more people, to get your opportunity to more people? But apart from talking to your friends and family and aka your connections, maybe burnt them out already, maybe approached them already, and you don't know what to do beyond just blasting messages on Facebook, and you want to build a business around this MLM product of yours, but you don't know what to do? Great. You're in the right place. We're going to help you. Go to misfitmomwarrior.com/Katniss. And I'll show you how to become a badass recruiter and seller of your product in 5 days. There I teach you the 5 essentials of what it means to be an attraction-based marketer, ABM. And like it or not, MLM is dying. ABM is on the rise. Nobody listens to what MLM is. It's all ABM these days. So head on over there, and we'll see you there. Mwah! Thank you for being great and awesome and wonderful, and keep helping change those lives that you are.